What if I told you you can get vacations for free, you can get flights for free, you can get hotels for free, all by spending money? What? I can get paid to spend money? Is that what you're telling me? Yep, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Enter credit cards and their beautiful benefits that we're going over today. Today, we're gonna go over all the things credit cards, why you should only use credit cards, how to take advantage of credit card points and maximize your points, and then some things you should avoid when using credit cards. See this piece of plastic? You know what that is? That could either be a credit card or a debit card, but no matter what it is, it brings me joy. So let's preface by talking about the difference between a debit and a credit card. Well, a debit card is linked to a bank account where you have money stored, so every time you swipe, the money in your bank account is automatically withdrawn and your balance goes down. This way, when you have $0 in your bank account or on that debit card, you could no longer spend. On the other hand, with a credit card is basically something that you can charge to and say, hey, I'll pay you back by the end of the month. So when you're using a debit card, you're using money that you have. When you're using a credit card, you're not using your money. You're technically borrowing it from the bank. A debit card tells you how much exactly you can spend. But on the other hand, a credit card kind of gives you that freedom to spend as much as you want, and it kind of takes some self-control to not overspend. It's much easier to stay in the budget with a debit card. The only thing that you get when overspending on a debit card is that sense of embarrassment when the cashier is telling you your card declined. Shh! Not so loud. On the other hand, a credit card, you can swipe, and keep swiping until you reach your limit, which is usually much higher than you make in a month. Now, up to this point, it seems like the smart thing to do is never touch a credit card and only use a debit card. But I'm here to tell you that you should never, ever use a debit card and only use your credit card. The reason why I say to only spend on the credit cards is because there's so many benefits with this. And those benefits usually come to you in the form of points or miles. These points come to you whenever you swipe that credit card based on a certain percentage that that credit card company gives you. So if you go spend $100 at a restaurant on a credit card and it has a 3% cash back, that means they're going to give you 300 points or 3% back in points. And then you can further use these points to pay down balances, buy flights, buy hotels, buy gift cards, and just use as cash, and many other things. This is great because it means every time you go out to eat, you have 3% cash back. This means that your food's automatically 3% off. If you have 5% cash back on travel, this means whenever you book a vacation, it's basically 5% off. You cannot get that with a debit card. Another thing that is good with credit cards is their sign-up bonuses. A lot of cards will give you money just for signing up with them. It could be hundreds of dollars or even thousands of dollars. Okay, that doesn't come for free completely. In order to get that sign-up bonus, you need to spend X amount within a certain amount of months. So this could say, get $1,000 back in points if you spend $3,000 within the first 3 months. To me, that's simple. I'll just put my bills on it and it'll pay itself off. But if you're going to use this as an excuse to spend $3,000 on stuff you don't need to get $1,000, you're not getting $1,000, you're losing $2,000. But one specific example is the Chase Sapphire Preferred. This is my favorite credit card because it is a travel-based credit card. Right now, they're doing a 60,000 point sign-up, which if used towards travel is $750. By signing up, meeting their $4,000 spend limit within the first 3 months, you're gonna get $600 back. And if you use that towards travel, you're gonna get $750 back. One thing with this credit card is it does have an annual fee, but a lot of the perks pay it off. Every year, you're gonna get charged $95 if you use this. But by signing up, they're giving you $600, so your first 6 years are paid for. I'm gonna put my referral link in the bio if you guys want to sign up for that. Now, after the sign-up bonuses and spending on your bills and wherever you go every single day, it's easy to gain hundreds of thousands of points. And I'm gonna talk about how to maximize those points, especially for travel. So what many people will do with a credit card is they have $100,000 points on their credit cards, and every 100 points is $1. That means they have $1,000 towards your statement or in gift cards or whatever they want. But if they use this towards travel in the Chase portal, that's now worth $1,250. Because in the Chase portal, if you use the Chase Sapphire Preferred, their credit card points are worth more if you use them specifically towards travel. So I guess we can call that tier 1. Tier 1 of credit card hacking is using your points when they're multiplied in their travel portal. But let me tell you, there's actually a better way than using the Chase travel points, and that's with travel partners. See, credit card companies are usually partnered with hotels and airlines. You can transfer them to a hotel chain like Hyatt and maximize your points and book through that website. Let me give you a specific example. Over Memorial weekend, my wife and I wanted to go to New York, so I'm like, okay, let me do some digging. I had some points on my credit card, and when we booked, we got this hotel for $400 a night. You're probably thinking I just converted my points to cash and used that to pay. I actually got these for free because I transferred them to their Hyatt partner. Like I said, when you use their transfer partners, you're going to actually maximize your points even more. So if I was to book this through Chase, I would have to use 40,000 points. But by leveraging a travel partner, I only had to use 15,000 points because that's the rate on the Hyatt website. So basically, I got a free trip to New York by spending how I normally do, but using a credit card rather than a debit card or cash. Cash still a thing? Do people still do that? I don't know. 372. I'll only finish if you guys subscribe to the channel. Subscribe? Okay. 372. Now, how to pick the right credit card for you. Some things that you want to look at are the cash back points. So you want to look for cards that have 3% on restaurants, 4% on gas, 5% on travel, and things that you're going to actually use it for. And of course, you also want to look for cards that have sign-up bonuses. Sign up now and get 60,000 points, 100,000 points, 75,000 points. That's free money to your pocket. Other things that could make a credit card right for you is if they offer an interest-free period. The worst thing about credit cards, obviously, is a ridiculous amount of interest. But most of the time, they'll offer you an interest-free period of 1 year, 18 months, 2 years. So you can go and buy something on day one and then pay that off after a year and a half, or make a payment plan to pay that off. This is good if you're looking to buy furniture for a house and you don't want to buy it all in cash. I'm not saying buy things you can't afford and put them on the payment plan. I'm saying take advantage of not having to put thousands of dollars up front and instead putting it in a payment plan in these interest-free period credit cards. And then lastly, what makes a card right is if it pays itself off with its rewards. Like I said earlier, Chase Sapphire Preferred has a fee of $95 every single year, but the rewards are so good it basically pays off itself. Has a $50 hotel credit, has free DoorDash, gave me at the time what was $1,000 in points. So make sure you're looking for cards that pay themselves off. Now up to this point, it's been fun and games and all good things about credit cards, but it is very easy to overuse credit cards. Credit card debt is at an all-time high of $1 trillion. So one of the biggest risks with credit card is basically not knowing when to spend. So if you are going to open up a credit card to leverage these points and leverage these benefits, make sure that you have the self-discipline to not overspend and not put yourself in even more debt. Like I said, it's not a debit card where you can just check your account and if you have money in there you can spend it. A credit card really doesn't have a limit unless you set one yourself. I mean, it does have a credit card limit that you're approved for, but that's much higher than what you're probably going to be able to afford anyways. One way that I avoid overspending is I basically set aside 30% every single paycheck for my wants, and that's what I could spend on my credit card. If my credit card goes above that 30%, I kind of slow things down and you only use it and only spend on things that I absolutely need. Another risk with credit cards is you can fall into the trap like department store cards, open up a bunch of credit cards that aren't going to help you other than one time, and they're just going to hurt your credit. See, whenever you open up a credit card, you have to have a hard inquiry and it's likely going to hurt your credit. There are other benefits that you can watch in my last video, but you have to be careful, especially with these department stores. The way they get you with these department stores is they offer you maybe one time 30% off. You go, you sign up, and now you say, hey, I have a credit card. I'm just going to spend more at the store. Another thing to watch out for with credit cards, if you're looking to open up a Chase credit card, they have a rule where if you open up any 5 credit cards within the last 2 years, you won't get approved. So don't just go open up every single credit card you can think of with a nice reward. Number 1, the fees are going to add up. Number 2, it could harm you when you actually need a credit card. Now, which credit cards are good and which do I personally use? Well, the two that I absolutely love is my first credit card, which is a Chase Freedom Unlimited, and then second, the only credit card that I use nowadays for my spending is a Chase Sapphire Preferred. A lot of people choose to go for the upgraded version, which is the Reserve, but personally, I don't see that much benefit in it. So I stick with the $95 a year Chase Sapphire Preferred. Like I said, I'm going to put the link to its benefits down below and a referral link that you can sign up with today. And just as a disclaimer, I will get reward points if you do sign up. So today we went over a few things about credit cards, what the difference between credit card and debit cards are, why I only use credit cards, what to watch out for in credit cards, how to maximize credit cards, and what credit cards I personally prefer. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to drop a comment below what are some of your favorite credit cards, hit the like button, subscribe, share it to a friend, and we'll see you guys in the next one.